I live in a world with 5 factions. To be a full-fledged member of society, you must first take a test to determine which faction you are most suited for. This test is called the aptitude test. There is only one faction you are most suited for, and the results will show after your simulation test. I was born into the abnegation faction, the selfless faction. The other factions, erudite, the intelligent, amity, the peaceful, candor, the honest, and dauntless, the brave. All my life, I felt that I was not selfless enough. Maybe that's why my results were inconclusive. My test results were at 3 out of the 5 factions. I displayed an aptitude for abnegation, erudite, and dauntless. This means that I am divergent, and being divergent in my world is dangerous. Dangerous enough to get you killed. No matter what the test says, it's my choice now. The first stage of initiation is physical training. To become dauntless, you must be in the top 10 of both dauntless-born initiates and faction transfers. Seeing as I am both a faction transfer and have no upper body strength whatsoever, I have to work harder than everyone else, or I will continue to be one of the most weakest. Not being one of the top 10 is not an option for me. If I am not one of the 10, I will become factionless. Having no part in society and being homeless is something I will not consider. Already I have been made to fight since I have been here. I was forced to fight a transfer from Candor named Peter. From all the bruises on my body, you can see how much Peter enjoyed fighting me, as he told me he let me off easy if I was to cry. Crying and begging is considered weakness, and I won't show it in front of anyone here, especially Peter. I need to become stronger, and if I have to start training hours before anyone else does, I will. For my instructor and everyone else might think I'm just a stiff from abnegation, but I am dauntless and will make it through initiation.
You're weak. You have no muscle. You're never gonna win. Never.
That's good to know.
No, if you could just learn to attack first when you fight, you might do better.
Attack first? How would that help me when people like Peter are twice my size?
Fast. If you can get a few good hits in before they know what's going on, you can win. And go on offense. If you have the opportunity, you need to jab for the throat. You're gonna have to use your whole body. Keep tension here.
Okay.
Good.
Living here in Dauntless has continued to be a struggle. Since training with 4, I have grown stronger every day, resulting in my new ranking. Due to my fight with another initiate that I happened to win in, my ranking increased to number 6. I was extremely happy to be number 6, but not every one of us was. Peter's ranking was number 2, while another initiate's was number 1. Peter was very envious of Edward, the strongest initiate of the faction transfers. This jealous hate caused me to experience one of the most horrific things in my life. It all started in the middle of the night.
Ah! Someone turn on the lights! Ah!
Lie still. Lie still. Breathe.
As I told Edward to breathe, I looked over my shoulder to see Peter behind me. He had an unemotional look on his face, unlike everyone else in the room. When Peter let slip a small smirk, I knew immediately that he was responsible for the knife that was stabbed into Edward's eye. I also knew that Peter would do anything to be the most powerful, even if it means killing someone. Seeing Edward being stabbed in the eye was nothing in comparison to having my mother die in my arms. I never thought I would see my mother again after she came to see me at Dauntless. I didn't even think she would come on visiting day, the day we get to see our families. It was impossible for her to see my brother Caleb, since the impending conflict between abnegation and erudite. However, she still made it to see me. When she came, my mother knew the Dauntless compound like the back of her hand. She also seemed to know that I was divergent. This revealed to me the truth that I've always overlooked. My mother used to be dauntless, and she was divergent too. Though my mother used to be dauntless, it still didn't help her in the end when the war between abnegation erudite started. Since the erudite were in league with the dauntless, they were able to program us like soldiers. It worked on everyone except for divergents like me, causing my mother to come and find me. I wish she hadn't, because maybe she would still be alive.
Mom, how are we going to pass the dauntless soldiers?
This is what we're going to do. I'm going to go out and cause a distraction while you go run and find your father and brother.
What? No, I'm staying here with you.
We don't have enough bullets between the two of us, so go.
We really are dauntless.
Well, today, didn't it? Now go. And Beatrice, be brave. The world I live in is nothing how I thought it was. My mother's last words were right. Faction is not before blood. Before she died, my mother told me that being divergent meant that our minds move in a dozen different directions. She said we can't be confined to one way of thinking, and that was what terrified the leaders of the world we live in. The thought of not being able to control everyone in their corrupted society caused them to hunt us like prey. They believe that the only thing divergents are capable of is causing trouble. This trouble leads to divergence opening up the eyes of everyone in our society to see the truth, that there should be no such thing as factions. We should all have the qualities of selflessness, intelligence, bravery, honesty, and kindness. In this government-controlled society I live in, everything is too perfect to be true, and this makes me realize that human beings as a whole cannot be good for long before the bad creeps back in and poisons us again. So I need to ask you, would you rather live in a place where your every thought is controlled, or would you rather join me on my journey for the free will I have never seemed to have?